Hi, today's lesson is on white diamonds and what you need to know. So when we talk about white diamonds at Krikawa, we really are just talking about diamonds that are GIA certified. GIA is the Gemological Institute of America, and they hold the toughest standards in diamond grading. So all of the nomenclature that I'm going to use for the grading standards are as performed by the GIA. AGS is another wonderful lab. However, for today's purposes, I'm going to just focus on how GIA grades diamonds and how to evaluate a diamond. So you've heard of the 4 C's, possibly. I'm going to go over what they are and what our preferences are. So we'll start with carat weight. That's the first C. C for carat, C-A-R-A-T. Carat weight is how heavy the diamond is. So a 1 carat diamond compared to a 2 carat diamond, or a half carat diamond, or a quarter carat diamond, those all reference the weight. However, with each weight, there is a different diameter difference. So the stone does appear to get bigger as it gets heavier in weight. It doesn't double though, so a half carat diamond isn't half of the diameter of a 1 carat. It goes up a little bit because it also goes up in depth. The next C is cut. So the cut of the diamond doesn't actually refer to the shape. Shape starts with an S, so it didn't get one of the 4 C's. Shape is if it's a square, otherwise called a princess cut, a round brilliant, a radiant cut, but cut refers to how well the diamond is faceted. Now, GIA only assigns a good, very good, and excellent cut to round diamonds. If you get a princess cut diamond or a marquise or a pear, those diamonds will not come with a cut grade. GIA will only put the cut grade of fair, good, very good, and excellent on a round diamond. And the reason for that is because the fancy shapes are much more difficult to evaluate the cut grade, and you actually have to look at them to see what kind of light return or sparkle or light is coming out of them. And the round diamonds are much easier to evaluate as far as sparkle and brilliance. So the next one is color. Color is defined by GIA as starting at D and going all the way to Z for a white diamond. Fancy yellow or fancy colored diamonds, let's stick with yellow, fancy yellow diamonds will start at fancy light, and that's beyond Z. So in the colorless range, or in the white diamond range, we'll talk from D probably down to, well, anywhere in the range. So DEF is considered top white, and that doesn't mean that the diamond is actually white, it just means that it's colorless. So then you go to GHI, and that category is considered near colorless. So you will start to see a little bit of warmth starting to show in the eye. Definitely down to JK, the diamond is going to start to appear warm. And in much yellow gold jewelry, especially from the 90s or the 80s or the 70s, the yellow gold jewelry with white diamonds, the diamonds are typically in the IJK range. So if you pull them out and you put them in a white mounting, if you remount them in a white mounting, you can see a little bit of color. I recommend sticking with an H color or better so that it appears white even when set in white metal. The only caveat to that is if you have a fancy shape like a marquise with corners, or a pear, or even a princess cut, you might want to stick G or higher because color does get saturated in the corners. It's a great thing for fancy color, but maybe not for a white diamond. The next thing is clarity. That's the next C. And clarity refers to the inclusions or natural features inside of a diamond. So the scale goes from flawless, which is an F, all the way down to included, which is an I. And there's a whole bunch of numbers from flawless, internally flawless, very, very slightly included, and then included, and that's the full range. And within each of those, there's typically 1 or 2. So you could have slightly included 1 and slightly included 2, which is SI1, SI2. Now these, very, very slightly included and very slightly included and slightly included, that's all as seen under 10x magnification. So if you have a stone that's very slightly included, a VS1 or 2, that means very slightly included under magnification. So that doesn't mean that you're going to be able to see the inclusions with your naked eye. Where it becomes borderline is in SI2. So a stone that is graded SI2 means that there are inclusions that may be visible to your naked eye, and if they are, they will be very tiny. So, and then in the included range, the included diamonds, I1, 2, and 3, those are visible to the naked eye. Especially when a diamond is dirty. When a diamond is dirty, the inclusions can become more visible only because it's not as sparkly and the light doesn't bounce through the stone. So something that's not mentioned in the 4 C's, like I mentioned, shape. You have a bunch of different shapes, and picking the shape is really about going with what is most appealing, what works with your design. And then another aspect of diamonds is fluorescence. And what is fluorescence? Fluorescence is a phenomenon that the diamond might actually glow under UV light. Is this bad? Is this good? It largely doesn't impact the diamond except for price. Diamonds with a higher fluorescence, such as medium or strong fluorescence, will start to have a more a slightly more appealing price point. What you want to avoid is diamonds with very strong fluorescence, because their GIA states that about 10% of very strong fluorescing diamonds do appear milky or cloudy in daylight. So that's your quick 411 about white diamonds, and we look forward to helping you. Your design guides at Krikawa can certainly help you pick out the best stone for you. Thanks, and have a great day.